For those of you who don't know me, I'm Michael Wolff. I've written 4 books about Donald Trump. And also, before his death, I extensively interviewed Jeffrey Epstein, not least of all about his relationship with Donald Trump. I've spoken publicly about aspects of those.
Hi everyone, welcome to Back Ali with Touch. What happened? Everything. This is Ali, and today we need to talk about something that is getting much bigger than most people realize. Melania Trump is now facing serious legal pressure in New York, and Epstein file are suddenly playing a central role in that fight. Here, what is going on? Melania recently moved a civil lawsuit from New York State Court in a federal court that, and she did not just move it to federal court. She now asking that the case be transferred to Florida. Why Florida? Because she claims she does not actually living in New York. She says her real residence is Mar-a-Lago. No, this matter legally under something called diversity jurisdiction. It two parties and citizen of different state, and the amount it dispute in over $75,000. The case can be heard in federal court instead of state court. Mitchell Wall filed in New York State court, urging both he and Melania and New York resident Melania responded by the saying, "No, I live in Florida." So this blowing in federal court and performability in Florida. Wolf's team, this is a delay tactic. The argue she avoided being formally served with, then lost weight, then rushed into federal court claiming she do not and have not been properly served, and that the case should be dismissed or transferred. But here where things get very interesting. Wolf is no saying discovery need to begin, especially regarding the Spain file. He argued the recently released material show New York centered connection involving Milano, Jeffrey Epstein, and Ghislaine Maxwell. According to Feeling, there are emails in which Melania communicates directly with Maxwell. In one email, she reported, "Tell Maxwell to call her when she get back to New York." Maxwell referred to Melania as Sweet PA, and Melania referred to her as G. They also mentioned in an FBI report that Epstein introduced Melania to Donald Trump. That specific claim has been publicity dispute before, but no, it appear in official document. Of argument is simple: if these communication revolve around New York, and if Melania herself has repeatedly described New York City as her home, then the case belongs in New York, and he does not just replying on hold his email. He pointed at Melania on a public statement in a social media post. She wrote that New York City captivated her heart and called it my home. During a speech at Madison Square Garden, she referred to New York as our hometown. Wolf Lears also highlighted that they own a separate apartment in Trump Tower. They say her son Baron lives in New York and attend NYU, New York. The list her doctor assistants, stylish publisher, closer friend, many based in New York. Even her own documentary is being cities. The film reportedly center heavily around her life in New York, with the production crew operating there. So question become, if New York is your home publicity socially and professionally, can you argue in court that you don't live there? On the other side, Melania teams pointed to Florida driver license and Mar-a-Lago address as a proof of Florida residency. But Wolf argued that paperwork alone does not determine to residency. Court look at where something actually live, where their life is centered. No, let's talk about the biggest issue. Where do the Epstein file matter so much here? Because what if Melania is mentioned multiple time in those material, then he has the right to question her under oath about those connection. That means political deposition. That means a discovery request. That means a details question. And if the case stay in New York, that process may move faster. If it goes to Florida, it could slow down significantly. So this legal battle over where she live is does not just technical. It affect how quickly and aggressively this case move forward. And there also broader political backdrop here. Discussion about the Epstein file have dominated headlines. Some people are demanding investigation into certain public figure. Others say names. Some people mention does not automatically employ wording, but legally speaking, if communication exists and are a part of the public record, they become relevant in the formatting and a fast amendment case. Does this case belong in New York? Is Melania truly a Florida resident and will she to side to reposition? This story is not getting nearly as much attention as it probably should, but is could have significant legal uh, consequence. We shall keep following every development. I am really let know your thought in the document in the comment. Do you think the case should stay in New York or be transferred to Florida? And as always, subscribe us so you don't miss what happened next.